Welcome to day 7 of this fun and very liberating journey through the tarot. And I say liberating because what I want you to liberate is your perspective on how this can work. I want you to make it about you, and I want you to make it about your understanding of the world. So whenever you look at a card, it's not about what the book says, it's about how you choose to interpret it. And recognizing that that will grow and change as you work with the cards, and that when you drop into that place of intuitive knowing, which we will be playing with throughout the month, you can't really go wrong. Okay, so we'll talk about intuition a little later, but today we're going to just do a little play. So this is a brief session that will bring you into alignment with something a bit quirky, actually. So take your cards, give them a shuffle, think on. Protective egg. Remember to think off at the end. And what I would like you to do, and I do this with all my workshop groups because it's kind of fun and it breaks the ice and it helps us think a bit sideways. So have a little shuffle and think of someone famous. So it could be a politician, it could be a celebrity, it could be a character from a TV show. It really doesn't matter. It's helpful if you think of someone incredibly well known, so that when you comment it below, we'll know who you are talking about. So if you, I don't know, comment your local MP or something, we may not know who that is. So think of, I'm talking, when I do this, we get a lot of the Queen, we get a lot of Harry Potter, Boris Johnson, I don't know, Will Smith. Big famous, huge famous people, Marilyn Monroe. It doesn't have to be anyone alive. Now what we're doing is we're not reading the cards for this person, but what we're going to do is ask the cards really for a reflection about this person, so something that we understand to be true about them. Okay, so I'm going to do it for us all. So let's have a little go. I'm going to think Elvis Presley. Okay, so my card is Elvis Presley. And I guess I'm asking the cards to give me a representation of how I understand Elvis to be. So, his energy, who he was. Okay. So, this is interesting. So, I have the 7 of Cups. So, it's actually, what does the story tell? So we go back to that idea that we played with the other day. What is the story upon the card? What is the imagery telling me? So I know we were all kind of expecting, the quiff and the fancy outfit. And that's not what we have come up with. We've come up with something else. So we're getting a little bit of a different understanding of Elvis. And I'm not going to go with the traditional 7 of Cups meaning. I'm not going to try and source my mind for that. I'm just going to think, what is this picture telling me about something that I choose to know about Elvis? So there's a sadness to it. There's a rainstorm. There's this cloud coming in between her and her emotions. So think of the cups as emotions, and we will go into all the different meanings. But let's just call the cups emotions for now. There's a cloud between her mind and her heart, which is carried through all of these. There's kind of an uncertainty, a fogginess, an unknowing. Which may even speak to the veil between life and death, because Elvis is no longer with us. It might also speak to the fact that perhaps he was very disconnected from his heart. Or, if you look at her, she's got quite a bit of sass. Maybe what she chose to show the world, the hip thrusting and the confidence and the cockiness and the rock and roll, was actually underlined by something much deeper. That's how I would interpret this card. And we have this protective umbrella. So he was protected, and he hid his truth from perhaps the world, and he just had this sass kind of going on. But there was depths to him that I guess we'll never really know or fully understand. So what's your card? I would love for you to share it in the comments below, and think outside of the box. Think about the different ways I just had a look at her face. She's got a kind of Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis vibe to her face. Just saying. So think outside of the box. Who is your famous celebrity, hugely famous, well-known person? Comment it below, and also give us your opinions on what your card was and how you think it might fit. and make it fit, work it, you know, kind of be with intuitions about it. Look at the image, look at the colours. How does it reflect something about this person? And the thing is, when you pull someone who's incredibly famous, you will have all kinds of different elements, perhaps things you hadn't considered about that person, because we see, you know, the kind of the script, the what is presented, the actor, the performance, and the card, like I feel this one does, shows us a little bit beneath the surface. So whilst we're not reading for Elvis, and can't because he's dead anyway, but we are certainly perhaps getting a glimpse of his depths. So what depths are you seeing about your person with the cards, and how can you relate them? Some of them might be really, really literal, and some of them may be a bit more, I feel this one's slightly more depth filled and saucy, and kind of gets you going with building that story. And it's another way of building the story, because what we're doing is we're not just thinking what is the story on this card, but we're saying this is Elvis. Okay, so what's his story? So look at your card. Who is your person? What kind of symbolism is on there? What does that person reflect about the real life person? And how does it play out into becoming something bigger? And it's just a really fun exercise, and it's more fun if you make it collaborative. So join in below, and maybe, you know, we can all pull, once you've said what your person is and what your card is, we can all add a little bit and build up a picture together. Okay, so thank you for being here, and we will be back again tomorrow with more tarot play and potency. Bye.